Welcome back to Stubbs Aquatics. On this episode, we're going to get some much needed help for this 55-gallon tank here that's only illuminated by an outdated fluorescent light. So, let's get to work on it. I've decided to go with the Hygger planted 24/7 aquarium clip-on light, that being the HG990. It's basically your standard Hygger light. Good quality, nice and firm, nice and solid, hard chassis. The chassis itself, or the light, is 12 inches long, 4 inches wide, and it has 68 LEDs. That's pretty awesome. And again, that's really sturdy. And it's your standard 24/7 LED light. I'll go through the settings on that, but as we all know, it's 10, 25, 50, 75, and 100%. And it goes for about 16 and a half hours on the 24/7 setting. I'll go through all the coloring in a bit. Comes with a great mount, 0.9 inches. No tools required. I'll go through the best mounting procedure when hooking this up, and roughly a 7 foot and so that 7.5 foot length cord once you attach both the AC/DC adapter to the actual cord itself. So that's ample and not an overly big adapter plug, so fits much easier into your sets of sockets. This is pretty simple, guys. What I want it for, again, is the tank in behind me. It right now is pretty much lit by a old antiquated light that's up above me, and I use it for some growth of house plants, but it's not the best for the aquarium. I definitely can't drop it lower because it would just cause a huge algae issue. This is a 14-watt light. This is going to be ample for what I'm going to use it for. That's just to illuminate the area. I don't want a heavy set light in here, simply because I'm not going to be growing plants in this tank. Now, this is quite capable of growing plants, don't get me wrong. It's more than strong enough and has more enough lights to do that, and is rated well for growing plants. In fact, in a nano tank, this would be a premium light to have hooked up for that purpose. The best way to hook up this is pretty simple. It's got a 0.9 inches to hook that up to your frame. It'll do a really large tank with even some heavy duty molding, so not a problem. What I would suggest you do is hook it up to the tank first. Okay, it's on, it's cranked on there pretty good. All you do is slide this right on, slide it right through, and you are hooked up. Or, if you want it the other way, it's always great to be able to do it one of two ways. Perfect. Let's see how it looks over a tank that's actually got fish in it. I've now hooked it up to my 55-gallon tank. So let's go through some of the settings. I've turned it off, and then we'll go through a test of, well, first of all, turning it back on, and then we'll go through a brightness setting. That'll be your 10, 25, 50, 75, and 100%. You can see how much light this actually gives off. Remember, the light in behind me is now off, and this is the only thing operating. Go through the lights. We've gone through white, we're going red, blue, green, purple, yellow, and then cayenne. Some pretty cool coloring on this. Kind of like that blue. I've changed the light around now because I wanted to see how it would look going lengthways. And I think I like it. And again, you can see what I'm talking about with the stream going. I just didn't want a light covering, and I wanted it to be open access to it. The fish are liking it. If I didn't have rosy barbs in there, or I would probably plant it. But who knows what the next step will be. This Hygger planted 24/7 clip-on light, being the HG990, sure gives off a lot of light for only 14 watts. As you can clearly see in my aquarium here. And it's still on the morning setting. Now I did reverse that around just because I just wanted a little bit more of the tank covered, but that is plenty for this 55 gallon. And I do like some of my tanks open like this because I have the stream effect going, and I certainly didn't want to lose that. Well done, Hygger. Well done.